friends, and welcome to lesson 70 from the first lessons book by Julio Sagreras. Let's talk a little bit about the right hand before we start with the notes. This is one of those lessons that uses index, middle, and ring fingers on the same strings throughout the piece. And as usual, index is going to be playing string number 3, middle finger is going to be playing string number 2, and the ring finger is going to be playing string number 1. The thumb is going to be dealing with strings number 4, 5, and 6. To get our left hand ready, we only need one finger, finger number 2, pressing string number 4, fret number 2. We're going to take this lesson 2 measures at a time for the most part. Let's hear those 2 measures and then we will break them down. Measures 1 and 2. Let's see how we get that music. We start with finger 2 on string number 4, fret number 2, and we play at the same time strings 4 and 1. And then we're going to play at the same time strings 3 and 2 with index and middle, but we're going to try to play them softer than the other 2 strings that we just played. We're going to have that difference of volume, or we're going to attempt to have it. It might be challenging when we're starting, but if we keep trying, we're going to get it for sure. So it is high volume, short volume. Soft volume. So high, low. Let's see measure number 1, beat number 2. We're going to keep finger 2 where we have it, and we're going to add finger 4 on string number 1, fret number 3. We're going to pluck strings 4 and 1 again at the same time. A little clearer, that's better. And then strings 3 and 2 softly once more. So measure number 1 is going to be high volume, low volume, high volume, low volume. And then we go to measure number 2. We are going to need finger 4 on the same string, but 1 fret below. We're on fret number 3 right now, and we're going to need it on fret number 2. So we're going to smoothly slide it 1 fret behind as we press finger 1 on string number 4, fret number 1. We're going to pluck those 2 strings, 4 and 1. At the same time, and we're going to add finger 3 on string number 3, fret number 2. We're going to play strings 3 and 2 softly, and then finger 2 goes to string number 5, fret number 2. And we finish this measure by plucking string 3 and 2 softly again at the same time. So measure number 2 is... Let's hear measures 1 and 2 once more before moving on to measure 3. Measure 3 uses the same left hand position as measure 2. So we're going to actually see measures 2 and 3 in action and talk about them a little bit. Measure 2. So what's going on here? We start on measure 2. And then same on measure 3. Strings 4 and 1. 3 and 2. 5. And then this gets a little bit tricky because on the last sounds of measure number 3, the B is actually the main melody, so we should play the open second string with more volume as the third string, but we have to play them at the same time, which is a little bit challenging, but possible nonetheless. So we're going to try to have low volume and high volume. It's okay if you cannot do it at first, but you just keep trying and be kind to yourself in the process of getting it, and eventually you're going to be able to do it. So going directly to measure 3 again, strings 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 5 alone, 2 and 3. Something to have in mind about the left hand position is that even though it is being the same throughout measures 2 and 3, we are not supposed to press all fingers all the time. We are going to be pressing some fingers all the time, as finger 4, almost all the time, and then finger 2, 2 and 1 are going to be interacting between them in such a way that when finger 1 is pressing, finger 2 is not pressing. You may see that I'm keeping it in contact with the string, but that's because I want to be as economical as possible with the movement to make it as smooth as possible in the transitions. But if I pluck string number 5, it does not produce a sound. So I do not have the sounds of the 4th string and of the 5th string at the same time all throughout the measure. So finger 1 and 2 are basically going to be like walking. So it's finger 1, finger 2, finger 1, finger 2. I'm exaggerating so it is clear to the camera, but the idea is that to make the movements as small as possible, to get the music as smooth as possible as well. So while finger 1 and 2 are going to be like dancing or walking, finger 4 is going to remain in the same spot and is going to keep the pressure throughout, because that note requires to be long. So the interaction of fingers 4, 1 and 2 looks like this. And then we have finger 3 and the second string open, accompanying the other two melodies. So let's have a look at measures 2 and 3 one more time and pay attention to the movement of fingers 1 and 2. And remember to try to get that open second string at the end of measure 3 with more volume than the third string. It is quite challenging at the beginning. Just having the knowledge, the awareness that it is supposed to be like that is going to do a lot for your learning process. Do not worry if you cannot get it within the first days or weeks even. Yeah, learning guitar requires patience. It is what it is, my friends. From measure number 3, we're going to go to measure number 4, which requires finger number 2 on string number 4, fret number 2. It is the exact same thing as the beginning for beat 1. But on beat 2, we need to change finger number 2 from string 4 to string number 5, pluck it by itself, and then the accompaniment on strings 2 and 3 again, softly. Measure number 4 then. Measures 5 and 6 go like this. We start with open 6 and 1. And then finger 1 on string number 3, fret number 1, and open second at the same time, with index and middle as the whole piece is going to be. And then finger 2 goes to string number 5, fret number 2, and then we do again strings 3 and 2 at the same time. But this time we try to make it so that string number 2 is louder than string number 3. And then going into measure number 6, we're going to require fingers 1 and 2 to move as quickly as possible, but also smoothly, from strings number 3 and 5 to strings number 2 and 3. We pluck strings 5, 3 and 2 at the same time, and then we pluck the first 3 strings at the same time 3 times in a row. We add finger 3 on string 1, fret number 2, and then we remove it. Notice how fingers 1 and 2 remain pressing the same strings on the same frets throughout the entire measure. So measure number 6 once again. It is only finger number 3 that goes in and out of the string. So listen to measures 5 and 6 once more before moving on to measure number 7. At the end of measure 6, we have fingers 1 and 2 pressing strings 2 and 3. We are going to need to have finger 2 move from string 3 to string number 5, same fret number 2, and finger 1 just goes away from the strings, away but stays close. And we pluck strings 5, 3 and 2 at the same time. And then we add finger 4 on string 1, fret 3, and we pluck the first 3 strings simultaneously. String number 5 by itself, and then we need to bring finger 4 1 fret behind where it is now as we press finger 3 on string number 3, fret number 2. Ideally it's going to happen at the same time. And then when we have them, we plug the first 3 strings at the same time. This piece is very consistent with the main melody on the highest note. So here we're going to try also to have a louder sound, a higher volume, on whatever note it is the highest of the sonorities. So we have string number 2, string number 1, string number 1 again. When we pluck 2 or more strings at the same time, it's a little challenging to have one with more volume, but you should try to apply it as soon as possible in your journey. It's okay if you cannot achieve it at first, but knowing that you're aiming for that in the future is going to get you there more surely than if you're not trying to accomplish it. Then, with this position, we are going to go into measure number 8. That is going to require 2 things. One, bringing finger 2 from string 5 to string 4, and the other one is releasing the strings with finger 3 and 4. So we are, let's play from beat number 2 of measure 7. And we end measure number 8 with an open 6th string. Before moving on to measure number 9, let's hear measures 5 to 8 without any pauses. Let's hear measure number 9 and 10. Now let's break it down. Finger number 1 on string number 4, fret number 2, and we play strings 4 and 1. Then 3 and 2, softly, and then we add finger number 4 on string number 1, fret number 3. We pluck 4 and 1 at the same time, and then softly 3 and 2. Then we're going to need finger number 2 on string number 1, fret number 2, and we pluck open 4th and string number 1. Finger 4 and finger 1 go at the same time if possible to strings 3 and 2. Finger 1, string 3 number, fret number 2, and finger 4 on string number 2, fret number 3. This is part of the accompaniment, so we play it softly. Open 4 by itself, and then we have one instance of plucking one string with more volume than the other one, but at the same time. So string number 3 softly and string number 2 with more volume. So measure number 10. And when I finish measure number 10, I try to have finger number 3 close to string number 5, fret number 3, because that's what I'm going to need at the beginning of the next measure. But before going to measure 11, let's have a listen to 9 and 10. Let's hear measure 11 and 12 now. Let's break it down. Finger 3, string 5, fret 3, and we pluck strings 5 and 1. And then finger 1 on string 2, fret 1, and we pluck strings 3 and 2 softly. String 5 by itself, and then strings 3 and 2 again, but try to give more volume to string number 2. So measure 11. By the end of measure 11, I try to have fingers 2 and 4 prepared for measure 12. That means having finger 2 close to string number 5, fret number 2, and finger 4 close to string number 2, fret number 3, because that's the first position of measure 12. Open 3rd, and I remove finger 3. I remove finger 4, and then finger 3 goes to string number 3, fret number 2, and then open 2nd. When I play that open 2nd, I try to bring finger 1 close to string number 2, fret number 1, because that's what we are going to need to play in the next measure, at the beginning of next measure. Let's have a listen to measures 11 and 12. Before moving on to the last 4 measures of the lesson, let's have a listen to measures 9 through 12 to have a little bit of context of what's the full sound of this phrase. Do you see how if I stop there we feel a little bit of suspense, like a need to continue? That's something very cool about music. Then we move on to measures 13 and 14. Let's have a listen. Once again, we are left with that suspense. Let's break it down. Measure 13 starts with one finger only, finger 1 on string number 2, fret number 1, but my recommendation is to have finger 2 very close to string number 3, fret number 2, because that's what we're going to need on the very next sonority. Something to have in mind here throughout measure 13, finger 1 is going to remain on the same spot, so we're going to keep it there. And once finger 2 gets activated, we are going to also leave it there throughout the measure. And so, measure number 13 again, strings 5 and 2 at the same time. We bring finger 2 down to string number 3, fret number 2, and we pluck the first 3 strings at the same time. Try to keep finger 3 close to string number 1, fret number 2, because on beat 2, that's what we need. Bring finger 3 to string number 1, fret number 2, pluck the first 3 strings at the same time, and then remove it and pluck the 3 strings again. To go into measure 13, we're going to need to bring finger 2 from string 3 to string 5 as we remove finger 1. It's going to look like this a little bit. And then we pluck strings 5 and 2, 3, 2, and 1, all open. Let's have a listen to 13 and 14 before moving on to the last 2 of the entire lesson. And something to have in mind is that finger 2 is going to remain in the same spot for measure 15, so we're going to keep it there. Let's have a listen to measures 15 and 16, the very last ones of the lesson. Measures 15 and 16 are exactly the same as measures 7 and 8, so by now you already know them. However, I would like to point out the importance of finger preparation. Even though we have to start measure 15 with finger 2 on string 5 and open second string, I try to keep finger 4 close to string number 1, and if possible even close to fret number 3, because that's what we're going to need for the second sonority. So by having it close, I make it easier to get, which makes it easier to get a smooth transition and a better flow of the music. And then I play string number 5 by itself, and when I do that, I try to keep finger 3 close to string number 3. Then I slide finger 4 and I press finger 3 on string number 3, fret number 2. And then I move finger number 2 to string number 4 and remove the other fingers, to finish with an open 6th string. Let's have a listen to measures 13, 14, 15, and 16. And there you have it, lesson 70 of the First Lessons book by Julio Sagreras. A great lesson to exercise the independence of volume on the right hand fingers, since the main melody is accompanied by simultaneous notes on the other voices. As usual, in the description box down below you will find a link to a play-along video and other important resources to develop your guitar skills. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Keep enjoying the process.